All right, our next subject area is music, and a special thank you to Miss Kelly Nelson, who's a music teacher at Rocky River, who helped me um, by sharing some of the things she does in her art class. So, one adaptation that Miss Nelson shared with me is that she has a select schedule of activities that she has. She includes these in her slideshows that she teaches from. She also has this printed out and on her board. And she rotates through these 8 activities for every day. So the kids can anticipate what's happening when they come into class. She just changes out the songs, the theme, the music, the lesson that they are needing to learn for that day. But basically, children can look at this and anticipate what's going to come up. They're going to sing the sun is up song, then they're going to sing names, then they're going to practice steady beat, then they're going to sing the song, then they're going to do instruments, then they're going to do a movement activity, then they're going to listen to music, and then they're going to say goodbye. And that's the rotation they go through every time they come into art class or art music class. So this is great for students with special needs, that they can easily anticipate what is coming, and Miss Nelson can easily adjust the songs and the lessons that go with the schedule. She could teach anything she wants to teach, but following this schedule, and that consistency and that flow of her class helps students who have special needs really be able to take comfort in knowing what is coming up next in their class each day, because she keeps it consistent for them. Something else is comfort items. So sometimes music class can get loud. Sometimes there can be a lot going on, whether it's a lot of movement or a lot of singing, playing of, if there's different instruments and different beats going at the same time. And sometimes students can have sensory overload, and so they need something to calm while they're feeling overwhelmed. Students can have difficulty waiting their turn if it's not their turn to play an instrument or not their turn to sing a song, and they may need a fidget or a comfort item of some sort to help them through that. And it can be something like Miss Nelson says she has small beanie babies. Those are things the child can hold. They can kind of gently squeeze. Also, those puppets that all the kids love now, those can be played with quietly and they can be held. They can even be squeezed if need to. Those little puppets are, pliable and flexible. So those comfort items really are very helpful when students are feeling overwhelmed in music class. Another adaptation for when you have students with special needs in your music classroom is to limit instruments that are out at one time. And so you wouldn't have all of your instruments available. You could possibly turn a cabinet around or put baskets away, or hang a curtain over shelves that have instruments you don't want students to have access to. Put them behind a closet, put them behind a shelf, because you want to be sure, first of all, students aren't getting hurt climbing and trying to access things they are not supposed to be accessing. And of course, you wouldn't want your instruments broken or damaged as a child is getting them and playing with them, or throwing them, or hitting them against something that they're not supposed to be getting without your direct instruction. And also the overwhelming experience of there just being so many fun things to touch and explore. If there are less things available to touch and explore, then that gives them less distractions and makes it easier to focus on what is going on. Okay, lesson plan ideas for music. And again, I'm sharing everything via Pinterest links. I know at this point it feels weird to say Pinterest is old school, but Pinterest is a little bit old school, but it also makes it easy to organize your links. It makes it easy to easily see what you're looking at. And so here are some music ideas for working with students in your music class, working with students with special needs. So this one is very similar to what Miss Nelson had shared. It's a virtual music schedule where, and this one is on Teachers Pay Teachers. I tried to do mostly free things, but some of these were really cool. And this is something that can easily be, you can cut out what you need. You can cut and paste from this file, but that visual schedule really helps with children in anticipating what they are going to be doing in music class. These are music tech apps for special needs students, and these can come in handy when you, again, need a secondary activity or you need a preferred task. Sometimes those iPads and laptops are a preferred task over doing not what is being asked to do as part of the assignment. So these are good apps that are easy to have available. This teaching elementary music to students with special needs, which ding, 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 that's what we're talking about here. So these are 4 ideas that will save time and save your voice. Something else that Miss Nelson uses is a microphone that is hooked to a little stereo speaker thing that she wears on her hip. So the speaker's on her hip, and then the microphone's on her ear, so that wherever she goes in the classroom, the sound is projecting to the students so that they can hear her, and that she doesn't have to project so loudly in that space. There's a couple articles in here that are just research and about how teaching music to special needs students can change their lives, because we all know that it can. So there are a couple articles in here that are just encouraging to our music teachers, and just something cool to know, to affirm that what you're doing is a great thing out there. There are some books. I also put some things in here about early childhood, and even some preschool activities can be adapted and accommodating for our students with special needs. This one had some cool adaptive activities for children who have limited mobility, but still give the access. You can see in the picture there, she's playing a djembe and has access to play that. Scarf movement games and activities. These are different activities, songs that can be sung. This is from a speech therapist. Music and special needs child. That's another one of those research-based articles about why music is important for our children with special needs. And then this is self-contained special education music classes, tips and resources. As I mentioned before, we have 4 self-contained classes at Rocky River. So this is something pertinent to us that we can use in our classrooms. All right, so that is what I have for us for music. So we're going to get ready to move on to our next topic.